Ho ho ho, and welcome to another Steelman video. And today we are going to be diving in deep with both the F1 and the MLS final. Now, the F1 is not a final, but it was the final race, so we'll get into that too. So please stay tuned to the next thing, because we got a lot to go over. And there might be a Heisman talk later too, so let's get right on into it. What shall we talk about first? Because I don't want to start off on a bad note. I don't want to start off on a good note. Not sure what to start off with, because there's a lot to talk about with only these three topics. There's a lot to talk about.
Heinz Mayorio. Okay, let's talk about. I'll just let you do your little MLS thing. As you can see, I'm repping my team.
Oh boy.
Thought this may be better than a jersey today.
So now, to give you perspective, I did not watch exactly the whole thing, but I got the major gist of it. I watched most of it because I was flip-flopping between Army and Navy game, that MLS Cup final, and Morocco versus Algeria for
Venezuela.
World Cup qualifying.
Venezuela.
Okay, I don't know why Venezuela was even brought up, but so I was switching between them. What a great game the Morocco and Algeria game was. It went to penalty kicks. It was 1-1 at the regular time. Then it became 2-2 in overtime, and then they I think it was Morocco. No, it was Algeria that won in penalty kicks. So that one was more eventful and more dramatic than the MLS Cup final. So the major gist of this final going in, it was building up hype. It was building up real good hype. The fans were starting to get into it for Portland. With Portland, you could just feel the atmosphere coming out of the screen. Like the same with Columbus Crew. The Columbus Crew didn't even have that many fans, and you could feel the atmosphere from there. But the thing is, once we started the game, this is how it felt. It felt MLS final, building, and then it kind of hit the peak right about the start. The whistle hit, kind of stayed up there, the atmosphere, and then it shot straight down. It was a game that I would say both teams kind of agreed to go to penalty kicks right off the starting whistle. Like, it was where both teams kind of tried and then backed off of each other for they tried. First 5 minutes, it was battling soccer. Second 40 minutes, just back and forth. Nothing really was happening. Like, every so often, New York would get attacked, but it wouldn't be close. Then Portland would get an attack, wouldn't be close. Then New York would be attacked and wouldn't get close. And then it got to a free kick, I believe, in the start of the second half, where a beautiful header goes in, but it was the first half. Sorry, it was the end of the first half.
40th minute or something.
Yep,
like that.
it was 41st minute. Ball played in on a free kick. The Golden Boot winner of the MLS goes and scores a header. Bad mistake by the goalkeeper, because all he had to do was put out a hand, but what he did was he kind of went like this, shrugged up, and missed it by inches. Usually the goalkeeper wants to be big, wide, and is covering as much as possible. My man kind of clenched up like this and just let the ball through. And so that was a nice little goal by New York's. And then we hit the second half. Now, we start off very, very well. The second half was a little bit more eventful than the first half per se. And so New York City came right off the bat, right away, out of the gate, ready to go, trying to score there, trying to put Portland under. And then it hit around the 30th. Then it hit around the 60th minute, and it plateaued again. And then we get into the 80th minute, and this is the only I skip majority of it because there was nothing in between these points. The two goals were the only big things that even happened in this game. That's how very slow and sluggish this final was. It didn't even feel like a final. And so we get into the thing. Now, you would think if you're a team losing a final 1-0 and your championship hopes of winning it is on the line. What do you do when you're with that in the last 10 minutes? What would be your theory as a coach to do or a player to do on the pitch in the last 3 minutes? Or last 10 minutes, I should say. Would it be A, pushing it as hard as you can to score the goal, or B, being as slow as possible, not even really caring, making stupid decisions?
I'm going to go with C, stack the box.
He would just put everybody in the box. Wouldn't matter.
I don't care. Goalie, get in there. Goalie's going to score the goal.
So, Portland took their bippy old time. Like, I mean, I don't even know how the goal went in. It was a point where, like, it was 2 minutes left. I'm like, this has got to be done. And so they go to the other end. They somehow get a free kick. Don't score it right away. Then the goalie comes up for Portland Timbers. And so he comes up, passes it back in. And he's the assist to the assist for this goal. To the assist because it was off of the New York City guy. But the ball goes in. It gets shot off the New York City guy, and luckily, it bounced right to Portland's feet, where he just kind of slightly puts it in with literally 4 seconds left in regulation. And then we come out in extra time, and literally nothing happened. They were both like agreeing to go to penalty shootout right away. It was like Portland was like, "We'll take the ball for this half," and then the next half was New York City just going, "We'll take the ball for this half," just passing it around, not caring in the world. And then you get to the penalty shootout, and the difference between atmosphere between the World Cup qualifying match and an MLS final was so bad, because I watched the Morocco and Algeria before this. And it was like, you were like nervous every time anybody stepped up to the thing. You're like, oh my gosh, is he going to save it or is he going to score? Oh, but then you get to the MLS and the MLS final shootout. Now let me reiterate, final. And it just kind of like, oh, he scored. Oh, he saved it. Oh, he scored. Oh, yep. Yeah, it was like golf clap for half of them. That was it. I was laughing because the goalie was like, ugh, and then it was bad all around, to be honest. It was not the final I was hoping for between these two teams, because they both looked very good going into it, and it just kind of, for me, let me down. It really let me down. Any thoughts on it?
I didn't get to watch it. I didn't get to see the highlights, so I'm just going to agree with you because you're kind of the expert.
I'm kind of the expert. The highlights will highlight yeah, it was chippy though. A bear cane came flying down from the stands when New York City hit a guy in the face. So yeah, Portland fans weren't happy with that first goal. I would say that's the only highlight from the first half that I remember is the guy, not the goal. I don't remember the goal. I remember the beer can flying at the dude after the goal and hitting him in the face.
Oh yeah.
More than I remember the goal.
I actually did see that. Okay, so I did get to see the first goal. I know that. Mm-hmm. That's how I knew it was in the 40th minute. The nice little cross, and then ping, and then the guy got he was flying to the ground because he got hit with the can. But
I know it's like you remember the can hitting the guy's face more than you remember the actual goal in the game. How is that actually possible?
It's the storylines behind the game that make the game.
The storylines were not.
Here, I'll give you an example. Connor McDavid, a week ago or so, got ejected for a boarding call. You're going to remember that boarding call more than that game itself.
Yeah.
Because it was such a big moment in the game.
I know, yeah. But I'm saying that it's not the fact that, I remember the goals or the I remember the 93rd minute with 56 seconds left, because I remember 4 seconds and texting you, how the heck have they done it? I'm shocked because me and my dad are they're not getting it in at all. And all of a sudden the man just puts it in the back of the net. We look at the time and we're like, he did it with 4 seconds left, didn't he? we're just kind of in shock for a second. But it was but it was not the fact, you also remember the atmosphere from games, and it's the fact that you, in the MLS game, you remember just kind of sitting there being is this game going to end? Can someone do something? Like that's like my reasoning behind it. Like you remember there's little storylines behind it, but you also remember that someone got hit by a beer can, and that was kind of the highlight of the whole entire game. Like usually you remember more stuff from games because it's usually there, but it's the fact that you just remember that and don't really care about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my thesis on it. But let's go into another type of football and talk about this stupid popularity contest that they have every single year in college football. It's called the Heisman Trophy. Yes. But the thing is at least Kenny Pickett didn't get it, because now we know that Bryce Young is going to go into the NFL and then fail because he got the Heisman, because it's the Heisman curse. So, but I was going to say Kenny Pickett.
Burrow turned out pretty well so far.
Yeah, I know. But that's like one out of a lot. Oh, I forgot. Derrick Henry and Joe Burrow.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and then
Baker Mayfield sucks. So.
What about Marcus Mariota and all those other dudes?
RG3. Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
it's
there's
also,
like two good ones.
But my thing is
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch these football games right now, so I'm like going back and forth. Basically, Kenny Pickett got third.
Yeah.
It was Bryce Young,
The
Aiden
Michigan
Hutchinson,
defender.
Kenny Pickett, then C.J. Stroud in fourth. That's the rankings, how they were voted in.
Yeah.
So very sad.
So very sad.
I'm just saying, Alabama goes 10-2 with or without it, or 11-1 with or without him.
Yeah.
Pitt
can't go 10-2 without Kenny Pickett.
No Kenny Pickett.
And Michigan could probably go the same amount. I mean, they probably wouldn't make the Pitt playoffs without the dude.
They have a lot of other good offensive people, like Hassan Haskins.
Yeah.
Could have helped them.
But it's also the
fact...
They
probably wouldn't have been in the playoff, but still.
But they would have still got a high record. As I would say, the only dude out of those top four that could have changed the team drastically, Kenny Pickett.
Hutchinson is projected to be the number 1 pick come April, so.
Oh, okay.
There's also that.
So let's hope that happens, and that the Detroit Lions don't really think a good idea is to take an actual quarterback from the draft so they could replace Goff. But that's just my suggestion.
Well, actually, I'm kind of projecting the Texans to be the first overall pick.
So Detroit has to win another one.
Basically.
So if Detroit doesn't win another one, they're done. But I think
they will.
Yeah. Well,
Texans are historically bad. I don't know how they have won 2 games.
See, yeah. Well,
they have no one. You name one person on the Texans.
It's what's his name? No.
Watson's not playing. Just an FYI.
No, I know it's not Watson. I saw his name. I don't know. Yeah, no, he can't remember anybody. Yeah. See, the thing is, you can name someone from the Lions, then you can the.
I can name a bunch of people from the Lions.
Yeah.
There's literally no one from the Texans that I can name right now.
Yeah. We realize.
I mean, like their QB, Tyrod Taylor, but like.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, the best part about Lions is it shows how good Matthew Stafford was. Is the fact that Matthew Stafford left and they didn't really win any game. Like, they are struggling to win games. Yeah, exactly. Like, Matthew Stafford, once Matthew Stafford's gone, tanks. Yeah, but we got another one. We got a pretty big one here. It is the F1 final race of Abu Dhabi.
Do that.
He's going to allow me to do that. Well, it seems like... So... There has actually been some controversy around this. Yes, you heard me right. Controversy, because Mercedes doesn't want to accept that they lost. Oh, sorry. Hamilton doesn't want to accept that he finally stopped losing after 7 times and winning it almost straight. But so as this goes, it was a back and forth race, really, between the two big dogs, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, to win the thing. It gets to a a safety car / virtual safety car, And what ends up happening is that within that second to last lap, they bring in the safety car. And Mercedes was mad about this because they bring it in and gave the chance for Max Verstappen to overtake Lewis Hamilton for the win. So what happened was they brought the F1 or FIA, the one people that were running it, brought in the F1 safety car in the 57th lap of the 58 lap race. And so it let them loose, but it allowed Lewis Hamilton right after it went in. Lewis Hamilton, they were going to start again, and once he went away, Max Verstappen was allowed to overtake. Everybody was allowed to overtake. So that means Max Verstappen was like, "Yeet, I get it," and just goes right above Lewis Hamilton and just controls the situation for the last lap and wins the Grand Prix. But the owner of Mercedes to the guy that brought in the F1 safety car was like, "You can't do this, Thomas. You can't do this. Not now. You can't do this." But then in my head, I'm like, he can, because you at least give him one more lap of racing, because it's a competition here. And you might as well give both the same chance to win the thing. But we all have to say goodbye to Kimi Räikkönen, the Iceman, for Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. He was the last one to actually win a world champion be the world champion with the Ferrari team. So that is pretty big. He is after 20 years in F1 has now decided to retire, and it has been his last race, this Abu Dhabi. So we will say bye to him, and we will bring on Alex Albon. Seems to be into the next one. Alex Albon. Alex Albon. It's ALEX, Alex. ALBON. Alex Albon. It's not Albania, bud. But we are hoping that there is a USA dude in F1. So we're all praying that maybe next year we could see him fighting for a position to be in an F1 seat next year. We could see it. Could Haas become actually better so that we can get a USA driver in a USA F1 car? Probably not. But hey, who knows? Or at least win a Grand Prix in a USA F1 car with a USA driver. That would just be mwah. But yeah. So yeah. Mwah. Yeah, that's kind of my reviews. I'm surprised. I could have just done that, but no, I'm kidding.
What?
I wanted to get your reactions to this here.
Okay.
Any reactions?
So, I don't know anything about F1.
It's a race, and they go around in circles. No, I'm kidding. That's
let me tell you my thoughts really on F1, and really I'm gonna be able to tell everyone what this is about. Basically, if you're new, it's Max Verstappen is basically the Washington Capitals of F1. Hamilton or nothing.
So, what does that whole statement mean to me? Because it means absolutely nothing. Because Lewis Hamilton has won 7 world titles, and Max Verstappen is the new dude that's the newest driver to F1. Well, I shouldn't say newest driver. Kind of like a rookie in quotes, but he wasn't technically a rookie this year. I think it was his third time racing. He's only 24 years old, and wins his first ever world championship, as Lewis already had 7 of them. So I don't know how you can call Max Verstappen Washington Capitals.
I think this is basically that they're like the enemies. Because this is from a Penguins person, so he's saying they're your rival, they're the worst. I don't know why he wouldn't use Philly then, but whatever.
But you should flip it. You should say Philly was Lewis,
and Philly's not.
See, I see a lot of people go, "This is the best man ever," and I understand that he's very good, but I'm saying, who isn't tired of seeing a man win it every single year? If you win it 7 times, wouldn't you want somebody else to win it once? mix it up a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. I would have to compare Lewis Hamilton to the Patriots with Tom Brady, and then Max Verstappen to a either Bills team or a Cardinals team that hasn't won anything, and it looks to be on the
Bills. I would not do the Bills.
Probably more of the Cardinals then.
They're losing to the Buccaneers, and they're going to be 7-6.
Oh yeah, might as well. And to realize in the AFC North, literally anybody, if Bengals win, they're on the top.
Well, Bengals right now are. Well, let's see if they count this.
If
Jamar
Bengals
Chase
lose, and if
they didn't count it, so the Bengals are losing 10-3, almost halftime against the 49ers. Jamar Chase just he caught a touchdown. It was overturned because he was hit the ground and used it. But then right now, this last play, Joe Burrow just threw it off 2 49ers, both of them. It skipped through 2 hands.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase ran behind it and caught it.
Oh god.
For luck, if they win their first place.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think they're gonna win.
We all know the Super Bowl already. It's been planned.
Yeah.
Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick.
I mean, I might watch it. I don't know. To me, I want to see a Cardinals team in it, just because I just want to see someone new. Just give me someone new.
I like mine. I like mine. Cardinals and Bills.
Yeah. I like to see 2 totally different teams other than Kansas City. Well, I could deal with Buccaneers going in a second time, but it's got to be with someone completely different other than Patriots. I don't want to see Patriots or Kansas City in another one.
How do you feel about LA? I would like to see Chargers.
That's okay. I won't mind Chargers. Ooh, Chargers versus Cardinals.
That'd be pretty cool too. I would watch that.
I know a lot of people dislike Cowboys, but I mean at this point, I wouldn't care if Cowboys got in it rather than Buccaneers, just so it would be someone different. To be truly honest with you. But we'll see. All of a sudden, Titans. Derrick Henry comes back with the Titans, and then they all of a sudden win versus the Patriots in the first time. But yeah, that's kind of my honest reviews of everything. Looking over all that.
Right now, the Chargers are putting a beat down on the Giants. Okay, what do I want to talk about here? Let's see. Let's put a moment of silence for Demaryius Thomas. Could do 88 seconds, but that's good enough.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. One thing that we learned this year? We learned who the fastest wide receiver is ever. And that is Ruggs. That was Ruggs the third, going at 156 miles an hour. I should make a joke about it, but it's too funny.
Try to make a sad situation turn it into a positive.
Well, I gotta get some extra food because I've been putting up Christmas stuff decorations all day, and I ate a little bit of sandwich.
Come back.
But
gotta make that come back.
But stay tuned to the Steelmen Gaming. There will be a new Steelmen Showdown, a new one, a completely new one. I don't even think he has seen it yet, too. So I will get that up soon. Make sure to stay tuned for multiple more, and we will see you in the next one. Please make sure to have a happy holidays, and we'll see ya. Peace.
Steelman.
Oh, by the way, stay steel strong.